Yeah.
Or I could do what the really high dollar podcasts do and pay to fly you guys all out here so we can game together in real space and have a production
You only
crew.
have to fly half of the people.
That's
half
true.
of us live here.
That's true.
Yeah.
You can just pick me up on your way through Seattle on one of your...
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
Medical supplies and bread.
It's okay. I fit in a small case also.
Yes.
Although I'm not as limber as I used to be.
So we've had a bit of downtime, and because of that, we're gonna have some in-game downtime as well.
Ooh.
Woohoo!
Try to get some parallelism here.
Yeah.
So I at least have Xanathar's guide, and so we're gonna try some of the new downtime stuff in there. And most of you have given me some idea of what you want to do. So just really quickly, the last session, now I'm trying to remember what happened. That's when you guys fought the demons, right? Was that last session or before that?
Yeah. We were coming back.
Hey, Craig's here. Yay.
From
Hey.
we had just come back. We were on our way back from woodcutting and research. Not research.
I fought a bunch of demons and Larissa.
And giant wasps.
And giant wasps.
Yeah, giant wasps.
And Larissa schmoozed Logan and got a dinner date out of him with some charming magic. And yeah, you guys talked to the mayor. You got some. Oh, Craig, welcome back, Craig. We missed you last time.
Hey.
You are up 21 gold and down 2 arrows.
By the way, welcome
By
back.
the way.
That seems like it's in my favor.
I think it is.
But the story behind the arrows and the money. You see, we had to sell your arrows. No.
Oh, I'm like, wait, what? Who sold? How did you manage to get 21 gold for 2 arrows?
The person hasn't seen civilization in a while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Larissa flirted. Ooh.
True.
Good
Yeah.
answer to everything.
Larissa can be very persuasive.
Yeah.
I have to find my character sheet.
So is that all that happened last time? The only thing that happened was 2 arrows and 21 gold?
Well, so I'm trying to think of the last. Were you there for the giant wasps? You were not.
I was, not.
Right. So they fought the giant wasp, which you saw at the end of the last session. You saw them like coming, and then as they were wrapping up for the day, and the villagers were starting to go back to the village, a bunch of demons came running out of the woods, and you guys fought them. And they were 2 different types of demons. They were both relatively small demons, smaller than human sized. One looked kind of ape-like, and the other looked like a really gross, really like obese, like bald man with like scabs and sores all over him. It's really disgusting. Ugh. And you guys defeated those guys, and then went back to town, talked to the mayor, and yeah, that was pretty much it, I think. See, you missed quite a bit of combat, but
yeah. Surprising how much combat can take so long, so much of the of the time.
This is true. Oh, speaking of which, why doesn't everybody roll initiative while I'm thinking about it?
Oh wow, that didn't take very long.
Well, wow. I thought I was getting ready for dinner.
This is just you tracking an initiative early, right?
Yes. This is not necessarily something that's happening this moment. This is just me trying.
Malagar pissed off the village because he failed his snooping checks.
No.
Did we full rest? Because my character sheet still has spell slots expended and less than full hit points.
Yeah, you will have had 8 weeks worth of full rest at this point.
Okay, so we can go ahead and reset.
Yeah.
Yay. Resetting.
I love when you like look up a bonus and then you roll a die and forget what the bonus was. I have to look
Right.
at it again. I'm losing my mind. Oh.
Lost mine a long time ago.
All right. Craig, what did you get?
I rolled I got a 20 in total.
Nice. Wall?
You rolled an 8.
8. Bryn is not here yet. Larissa?
7 in total.
7.
Wow, you guys are all low.
Yeah.
Fear?
12.
12.
We've been away for a very long time. We're very slow.
Yeah.
So much work.
Just taking my time. Makeup does take a lot of time to put on. So
We don't want to strain a muscle.
You didn't even need that charm spell. You had that.
That's right. Malagar? Oh, there's Phoebe.
22.
22. Holy shnikes.
Wow.
18 plus 4.
Hi,
Nice.
Phoebe. Phoebe, when you're ready, you can roll initiative. We're not doing combat right now. This is just for if we need it later. You know.
just how villagers are coming down on us.
That's right. The jig is up. Oh man, I'm gonna need new note cards soon. I've got so many numbers on here, I can't keep track.
Is that right?
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, we'll start out and so basically a week will have gone by when we kind of jump into things again. So we'll spend a little time giving everybody a chance to do whatever they wanted to do during that week. If any, I mean, you don't have to do anything.
Can I find somebody to buy some arrows from?
Yeah, totally.
Since you like wasted a whole bunch.
Ouch.
Yes, you totally can. Oh, Craig, do you have any tool proficiencies?
Yeah.
Which ones do you have? Because
Cartographer tools.
Oh, cartographer. Because there's all these great
Okay.
things in this new book about tool proficiencies.
Yes.
So I thought, among other things, I could tell you guys what you can do with your stuff. So cartographer's tools consist of a quill, ink, parchment, a pair of compasses, calipers, and a ruler. Let's see. And something cool that they did is if you have a skill and a tool that apply to a certain role, the tool can give you advantage on that roll. So they suggest here, like for cartographer's tools, Arcana, History, and Religion, you can use your knowledge of maps and locations to unearth more detailed information when you use these skills. So you might spot
cool.
hidden messages in a map, identify when the map was made to determine that like hangs around your neck or something.
Ooh.
All
It
right.
doubles as a shield. Just lift it up.
Yeah. Just
Totally.
All the cool kids have neck desks.
That's right.
yes. In college instead of phones.
Oh my gosh, that's hilarious. All right, the stream's going again. All right. So, what am I doing? Okay. Oh, so what I was thinking of is woodworking or woodworkers' tools are what allow you to make arrows. So, if you ever want to be able to make your own arrows,
Buy them.
okay. It's like, I don't want to make them. I want to buy them. I believe it's like a gold piece for 20. I think. Does that sound right?
Okay.
I think that's right.
Well, cool. I will buy 20.
20 arrows.
Does anyone want to give me 25 gold for me to make them a potion of healing?
Which is half the price to buy one. Pretty
It's
sweet
true.
deal.
True story.
I'll give you 20 gold for one.
Bullshit!
And the haggling begins.
That's my cost. The price for you is now 30. Anyone else?
Backfired.
25.
Craig gets the Laura Bailey Award of the night.
Yeah.
Can I sell a potion of healing?
Can you sell one or
Yeah.
buy one?
To sell.
Oh.
I'm short in money for what I want to do.
I'm intrigued by what you want to do, but I don't have any cash, so I'm trying to make potions.
All right, I will give you the whatever fee you feel is appropriate for a healing potion.
25 gold. Next time you pull some shit, 30.
Wow, we didn't even have to have an opposing roll on that one. Just on fail.
Dice were not needed for that.
Right.
Alright, so
One does not need to roll dice if one is going to fail.
So subtract 25 gold from your supply and add a potion of healing.
I will subtract 26 and include some arrows.
Alright.
There you go.
What a deal.
Ah, arrows are cheap. Healing potions are expensive.
Yes.
That's why I have healing ward.
I assume I'm going to use most of my healing potions on you guys.
Yeah. We'll just have to start charging people.
Right. I need a heal! 25 gold!
I don't know you!
That drank for weeks.
Well, when people are unconscious, they can't stop you from taking their money. So
That's true. You're unconscious.
25 gold to use cure wounds on you, and 10 if I'm going to use healing word.
Yeah. Heal is like just blasted expensive. You want to get up there. Yeah.
I only have to charge because I have to use materials. Otherwise, I would be happy to do it for free.
yeah. Surprisingly, the game does not let you create healing potions for free.
Right.
Wonder why.
But at least they fixed it so it no longer costs as much to make one as it does to buy one.
Right.
So
It's like, why would I ever buy one?
Right.
Yeah. A whole day and the same price. Excellent.
Nice.
Is there ever a chance to gather the materials yourself that would be the 25 gold pieces worth?
I think at least you could or reduce that cost by gathering some things that you could find. Especially since I'm pretty sure I guess you use herbalism to make it, right?
Yeah.
So
right.
So yeah, it makes sense.
What if I use alchemy? Is there an alchemical healing potion? Is that cheaper?
Yeah. So yeah, I think the 25 gold is assuming you're buying everything, all the reagents. So if you find them yourself, yeah.
Like someone who can make arrows, they can make them for free.
Mm.
Yeah, totally. I think that makes sense. All right. Can we hear Phoebe? I haven't heard Phoebe at all. I just want to make sure she's. No, I can't.
Nope, I cannot hear Phoebe.
Want to make sure she's really with us.
Oh.
Nope,
Okay.
still nothing, Phoebe.
Check 1, check 2. Check 1, check 2.
Checks in the mail.
Please. Direct
much?
deposit.
All right. Well, I guess since we're talking to Danielle, we can just keep talking to Danielle.
Cool.
So you want to make some potions?
Yeah. So making one for myself and one for Craig. And Craig, I've forgotten your character's name already. I'm so sorry.
Quincy.
Quincy. Thank you. One for Quincy, one for myself. And then I'm working in the cider mill
Nice.
for the rest of my 5 days.
So it doesn't look like there's actually a role for that. So you just make a potion. That's pretty sweet.
Yeah, that's one of the only things apparently that you can just do. I can manifest potions.
Just wait 8 hours and then.
Yeah, I just have to think about it for a day.
So wait, if you have enough equipment and the right materials, you manifest something. Isn't that like saying going and buying something manifests it? Like,
Well, no, I just
everything in line.
pour the 25 gold worth of crap into a vial, and I wait 8 hours, and it's done. But I have to watch it for 8
Right.
hours.
Right. But like when I make dinner, I don't say I've manifested dinner.
Well, maybe you should.
You're just not as pizzazzy as me. I bet you start.
That might be regional.
Yes, it's West Coast slang.
Yeah. Well, you would if you would cast create food and water.
That would be different. That is literally manifesting it. Going to the fridge and opening it, I don't go like, ooh.
Just think about the meal; it makes itself.
If I have manifested food, that means I'm stealing something from somebody else.
Or you like cut your arm off. I don't know.
Oh,
Ow, that's extreme.
A way to manifest food.
I guess so. I feel like you can only cast that spell so many times.
So I work for cider. Do I have to roll for that?
Yeah, you can to see how well you do. So that would be
D20?
Yeah, and it'd be
Oh, wait,
intelligence brewing kit or whatever it's called.
so intelligence modifier plus your proficiency.
Yeah.
And proficiency is currently 2, right? Yep.
Yes.
13.
Okay, 13 is a modest lifestyle for the week, which you actually already basically have that.
Well, I'm living with Larissa too, so
so he
my
actually
girl's taking
pays
care of
you.
me.
He actually pays you.
Yeah.
Since you already have the lifestyle.
Cash money.
So you
Nice.
earn 7 gold.
Woohoo!
Rich.
13 gold.
Which for an adventurer is not much money, but for like a village person is like a lot of money.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So yeah.
that's me. I'm done.
Oh, well, that was easy.
You have the button. That was easy.
Do we have Phoebe yet? Is she still figuring out her mic?
Yeah, she left. She's gonna come back.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, there she is.
Ah. It's like you summoned her.
Phoebe!
I manifested a Phoebe.
Yes.
I still can't hear her though.
Yeah. I didn't roll very well in the spell.
You should have cast it at a higher level.
Right.
Nope. Say something again. No, we just see you yelling.
Did you try turning it off and back on again?
Did you go to the little gear thing? Choose default. Alright.
Yeah, you can do the little gear on the Hangout and make sure it's on the right audio device. All right, well, fear was easy. Hey, I heard you.
Yes!
Yes!
Okay.
Yay!
My initiative was 20.
Oh, nice.
Score.
Not natural, but okay.
That's all right.
Yeah, I've been having trouble with my headphones because the dongle got bent.
Oh.
So
I hate when that
that's a
happens.
thing.
All right, so speaking of dongles, between Quincy and Bryn, who has the highest dexterity?
I don't think it has anything to do with
Speaking of
dongle.
how it,
I know, it has nothing to do with it.
Yeah.
I was 14. It's probably hit.
Oh, actually, I'll bet Quincy does because he's an archer.
Yeah, I was just going to say, he better have high dex.
Yeah, okay. I'll put him first. All right. So Phoebe, in case you're lost as to what's going on,
I'm very lost.
we're dealing with the downtime right now. So you guys have a week of downtime where you've been just hanging out in the village doing various things. We just did Fear. She made a couple healing potions and helped Brahm Applegate make a bunch of cider for the good people of the village. Some hard apple cider. Oh yeah.
My favorite.
So yeah, Fear, maybe you convinced him to try some new additional ingredient or something that he had.
Yeah, I added some ginger from my herbalism
There you
kit.
go.
Ooh.
I've had ginger apple cider and it's good.
It's yummo.
Yeah.
Nice. All right. So you've introduced the people of Dinar's Rest to the wonders of ginger apple cider. And they're all drunk.
That sounds awesome.
Sounds delicious, actually.
All right.
If we accomplish nothing else in this campaign, that's already a win.
That's right.
Yeah.
Important things here. Got to keep our priorities. All right. Well, I'll just go down my list here. Wall, I believe you were going to hang out with the guards some. Is that still what you want to do?
Yes.
Or tell us what you want to do. For everybody who's not me.
I'm going to introduce myself officially to the captain of the guard, Captain Garson, I believe is his name.
Yes.
I will offer him my services as a guard of the Queen's Court, and then I will consult my email.
You live in the future, Wall.
Garson's like, man, have you checked your email? I sent everything to you in the email. Come on.
This scroll. So yes, he wants to train with the regiment. I will train with the regiment if they will have me, and try to gain the trust and respect of the guard there.
Cool. Well, they'll definitely have you. You're actually working with these guys. You pretty quickly size up their capabilities, and you could probably easily take any of them in a duel or a fight or anything like that.
No, you're holding the sword backwards. Wait.
How on earth?
Pointy parts goes in the other guy.
This is right.
The captain, Marcus Garson, you learn he's a step above the rest in ability. Probably not quite at your level, but you learn that he once served in the city guard in Elandria long ago.
Oh, very good.
And retired and wanted the quiet life out in the village. And then the world broke, and didn't work out so well.
I mean, to be fair, he did pick a pretty good village if it didn't get destroyed.
Yeah. And the previous guard captain died in an earthquake during those years, and so he took over, even though he was kind of retired.
Horrible.
Yeah. So yeah, you train with them, and probably teach them more than they teach you.
Very good.
What was there anything you wanted to accomplish with that other than just kind of building rapport with the guards, or?
Really, yes. Building up the rapport and yeah, that is all.
Okay. You do learn a couple things from them just spending so much time with them over the week. I imagine at some point, if not numerous times, you ask them about the demons, because I know Wall was very interested in finding out what was going on with the demons. And
Yes.
they tell you, like they've told you before, that they've always come from the north. And the guards and the other men of the village have talked about the possibility of trying to track them where they're coming from, because they seem to be fairly clumsy creatures, so they figure it wouldn't be too hard to track them through the woods and find out where they're coming from, in order to kind of maybe stop them at the source, whatever that is. But they finally decided it was too dangerous, and that if they actually managed to find where they were all coming from, it would probably be more than they could handle. Another thing you hear about is they tell you about a large tyrannosaur that lives in the Misty Wood, which
Is that
is
like a big bird?
yeah, like a really like kind of like the little terrors you guys encountered, but way bigger.
Yeah,
Oh dear.
I shake my head. No.
For the most part, people try to
Shoulder height, I assume.
for the most part, people try to avoid it. But recently, people have reported hearing roars coming from the forest that they think is this thing, and you guys have probably heard it once or twice in the week that you've been here. And the guards are a little worried that it seems to be getting closer to the village as it roams, because they're not sure that a couple of them have actually seen the thing in the distance, and they're not sure that the walls would stop it or even slow it down. So they actually seem a little more concerned about that than the demons, even though the demons are like something that's definitely happening, and this dinosaur is something that maybe could happen.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
Right.
they all have nightmares about this thing rampaging through the village, knocking down houses and swallowing people whole, and
Eating llamas.
yeah,
Eating worms.
eating all the alpacas, all those tasty treats.
I will also try to talk more about the wall and what keeps everything out.
Okay.
Just in passing, as I continue training with them.
Yeah, you don't really get anywhere as far as like any more information. But there's a couple times that you're having drinks with Captain Garson when you guys are off duty, and you kind of bring up the topic with him, and you can tell from the way he responds and kind of the meaningful looks he gives you that, I mean, he kind of non-verbally acknowledges that the wall isn't enough and that there's more to it, but doesn't seem willing to volunteer any information.
All right. I will not push it.
Okay. I was going to say, unless you want to try to press him harder, in which case we can roll some dice and see what happens.
Not at this time.
Let me see if there's anything
There
else.
was one other thing that I wanted to consider doing, but I think I will wait.
Well, what's the other thing?
So Malagar and I had a conversation.
Yeah.
After that conversation, Wall being Wall will address this bluntly. When he has time, he will go to the mayor's house, building.
Okay,
He will
sure.
approach that.
Yeah, you actually. I just grabbed my input.
And I think if Walt does that, I think Malagar would go with him on that one.
Okay, you guys want to do that together? Tag team?
Unless Walt doesn't mention it to Malagar that he's going to go do that. But if he does, then Malagar would say, I'll go with you.
This is one of the things that I decide while I'm on duty. So as soon as I'm off duty, I just go.
Okay.
I tell no one.
Okay.
All right. So you actually meet. So it's kind of weird. I haven't figured out exactly how they would, like what phrases they would use for this. But they basically have two mayors. The mayor of the village is a married couple, and they kind of share responsibilities. So they're both referred to as the mayor. So it's kind of confusing when you say the mayor, which one you're talking about. But most of the time it doesn't matter because they both, like, they work together. So it doesn't really matter which one you're talking about.
Lord and Lady Mayor.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So you actually meet the Lord Mayor for the first time. His name is Malcolm Mistrim. So it's Amanda and Malcolm Mistrim are the Lady and Lord Mayor. He's actually about a head shorter than his wife. He's much more gregarious and kind of outwardly friendly than she is. But you also hear from other villagers that he's known to have a pretty quick temper. He kind of flies off pretty easily. He gets over it pretty quick, but it's pretty easy to push his buttons and get him going. He's got a kind of tan skin. He's bald, gray eyes, and they're kind of a disparate pair when you see them together, because she's quite a bit taller than him, much darker, much more kind of regal in bearing, and he's much more just kind of a down to earth guy, the kind of guy that would like buy you a drink or something.
Very good. All right.
So you actually catch both of them when you go to talk to them about this. And,
okay.
Lady Mistrum introduces you to her husband, and he's like, "Oh yes, I've heard so much about you and your companions. Really want to thank you for all the help you've given us."
It is what we are here for. Something I am here for. I heard a story around the village. Oh, I come from Elandria. We speak very clearly in Elandria. I may not speak clearly, but you understand. We speak clearly in Elandria. What I'm saying is, you understand. A deal was made. I understand a deal was made.
You see them kind of trade glances at that point.
I do not work with or for people who make deals with beings who would hurt others. Are you willing to tell me who you dealt with?
The lady mayor gives you a very hard look, and she says, "I'm not sure I understand you. Are you implying that we've made some kind of deal with some kind of evil force?"
Is that what you're saying?
I'm asking what you're saying. I want to be sure I understand you before I answer your question.
Was that the question? No.
You see her husband kind of like patting her arm, like trying to calm her down, and it's having no effect. Like she's like back rigid, like eyes kind of flaring, like looking down her nose at you.
I want to know if that is a possibility. I want to know if that is what we're dealing with.
All right. For anyone running, we should be up and going again. My streaming software keeps crashing on me. I'm not sure why. So I just asked Brett at what point in his week of downtime he's doing this, and he said near the end of the week. So you see Malcolm like kind of patting Amanda's arm, and he motions to her, and she kind of leans down a little bit so he can whisper in her ear. And then he says to you, he says, I believe that your heart is in the right place. You and your friends have been here with us for some time now, and you've done good by us. You protected the loggers. Your friend Fear has been helping make cider. I know you've been helping with the guards. I've spoken with Captain Marcus, and he's very impressed with you. And he kind of trails off like I just did, seeming not to know what to say next. And Amanda says, I will say that I will do whatever is necessary to protect the people who are my responsibility, which is everyone in this village, and including you at the moment. And her husband says, we're just very reluctant to discuss certain things with you because we don't know you, and it's easy for adventurers like yourselves to just leave and go on to your next adventure. But for us, we must live here, and we must live with the situation that we've created for ourselves.
I understand that. I also understand you did not answer the question.
All right, so at this point, we're going to pause this and go do some of the other downtimes. We'll come back to this because I don't want this to get too far ahead, because I know some other people, specifically Manny, have some things going on during this week as well.
Meanwhile, back at Larissa's ranch.
Yeah. So last time we played, Larissa took the halfling merchant Logan kind of off to the side and had a nice little chat with him. Finds out, not a shocker, I don't think, to anyone, that Logan has a bit of a crush on our glamorous bard, and Larissa managed to charm him using one of her glamour bard abilities, and kind of was like hitting a fly with a sledgehammer. I felt like I think she could have just done it, mundanely, but threw some magic in too. And so they had made arrangements. He was going to come buy you dinner that night. So he does so. He comes to the inn, and you guys have a nice little meal. During which time I'm sure, Larissa, you're trying to pry information from him.
Yeah.
And so I think I'll just ask you, like, kind of so he's obviously interested in you. You're really not sure to what level, whether he's just looking for like a fun little fling, or he's looking for a wife, or a friend with benefits, or what he's after. You're not really sure. But I'm just curious, like, kind of what's your overall approach with him? Are you kind of like keeping him at bay? Are you kind of leading him on? Are you happy to explore whatever happens with this halfling? Like kind of what's your approach to dealing with him? Cause he's like dialed up to 11, like all trying to win your affections. And like I said, you can't really tell. He's so charming. You can't really tell how into you he really is. Like, it sounds like he's super into you and he wants to marry you forever, but you don't know how much of that is for real, and how much is just him trying to tell you what he thinks you want to hear.
If your halfling lasts more than 4 hours.
Right.
Call a doctor.
Well, I kind of want to do keep him at bay, but still interested with. I'll kind of ask him about himself, how long he's been here, if he has any family, and how he got into this business.
Okay.
Yada yada yada. That kind of like break the ice and kind of build up to him releasing more information if he would.
Okay. Go ahead and make an insight check for me.
Sure. Insight.
Romancing the halfling.
2. All right, 17.
Oh, nice. Okay, so your read on him is, to your best guess, he's kind of open to whatever happens with you. He doesn't know you very well either, but you think that he'd be open to something pretty long term if it worked out that way. But he's also not like, he'd be fine with something short term as well. And you also think that if you played your cards right, you could walk out of this with the two of you being friends and like both of you being okay with that. It's really kind of like a lot of it, you think with him it's kind of a game. He's into you, but he's not like head over heels into you like he acts like he is. It's kind of part of the game for him. and you think he enjoys the flirting as much as anything.
Yeah, Larissa will flirt back with him.
So yeah, he tells you his life story. Most of it is not very exciting, but you do learn that before the breaking of the world, he was a pretty well-traveled merchant, and a lot of the trade he did was between the city of Elandria and the city of Feliel, which is a high elf city to the east, and a dwarven hold to the northeast, that I either haven't named or can't recall the name of right now. But he did a lot of trade between those three cities, and on that route he would pass through this village on a fairly regular basis, a few times a year, and he just happened to be here when crap went down and the world started breaking and the shit hit the fan. And there was an earthquake at the very beginning that killed a lot of people in the village, and his guards were all either killed or injured to the point where they couldn't guard his journey back to Elandria. So he's been kind of here ever since then and kind of making the most of it. But you learn that he really likes traveling, and being stuck in this little village in the middle of nowhere has kind of been a major drag for him, and he tries to make the most of it, but he really misses the days when he could travel and trade with different peoples and different cities and things like that. But yeah, so that's kind of what you learn about him.
All right. I would like to try to see what he knows, if at all.
Okay.
About since he was here during the breaking of the world, so
yeah,
he might know what went on. That led to this village still standing to this day.
Yeah. All right.
So if I have to use my charms again, yeah.
Well, if I remember right, the whammy you used on him before, it doesn't wear off, right? That just lasts forever. Is
for
that right?
For an hour, actually. It does,
okay.
to be correct. So, but he doesn't. So he doesn't know after the fact that I had charmed him.
Right. Right.
But during the time, he idolizes me and hinders anyone who opposes me or avoids violence. Yada yada. But yeah.
Well, it's up to you if you just want to try to persuade him normally, or if you want to try to beef it up a little bit. That's up to you.
I'll do my enthralling performance, to which he has to do
okay.
Wisdom saving throw, I believe, and it should be 13 that he tries to beat.
Okay.
So he's charmed by me, which may mean advantage on charisma.
What happens if he makes the saving throw? Because he made the saving throw.
He doesn't know. I just don't gain the benefits of
There's just
that.
no effect if he fails.
Yeah.
Or if he makes it. Okay. So you
the target succeeds on a saving throw. The target has no hint that you try to charm it.
Yeah.
So yeah, it doesn't seem to work the way it did before.
Yeah.
But he's still very he likes you just genuinely. So the charm that you did before kind of speeded up the process that probably would have happened anyway. So so yeah, you can just try a persuasion check to try to convince him to tell you more.
All right.
Oh no. Okay. All right. So basically what goes on is you guys have a really nice meal, and you're constantly trying to like wheedle more information out of him, and he just very skillfully dodges your questions. He never flat out won't answer you. He'll change the subject, or he'll give you a compliment or something. And, you pass the evening very pleasantly, but end up not, learning anymore. And you definitely get the feeling, his name's Logan. You definitely get the feeling that Logan is stringing you along as much as he can. Like, he thinks that once he tells you what you want to know, you might not want to talk to him anymore. So he's going to play this for as long as he can to keep you interested. So he has more time to win your affections. So you can keep, trying, because he's definitely open to seeing you on a regular basis. So you can keep trying every day, or you can do other things, or whatever you want to do. So what do you want to do?
So I wanted to try. Well, first I wanted to see if I can sell a healing potion. Okay. Hopefully for half its cost, at least half its cost, so I can attempt to carouse.
Okay. Logan would buy one from you. He'll buy a healing potion from you for half the cost.
Cool. So that's 25 gold pieces, correct?
Yeah. I know they have carousing now in the in
Xanathars.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Cool. That's the kind of carousing I wanted to.
But it's like carousing with a capital C. You are carousing, and there's a table, and some money is exchanged.
Yeah. Now, I will say, in this location, probably the best you could do is middle class carousing.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Or
I thought as much. Okay. Because other than that, aside from that, would be the lady and Lord Mayor themselves, and
right.
That.
I mean, maybe you could drink with the two of them. That could be fun. Who knows?
Yeah.
They might be into some kinky shit. You never know.
Yeah, I'm getting that hot cold vibe from them.
Yeah.
They're like, why don't you come over with that guy with the shield and the accent, and we'll talk.
You want to bang or not? I can't tell.
Oh.
I did not use my shield for banging.
You don't during battle? You don't bang on it?
All right.
No.
So it looks like you make some kind of check for this.
Okay.
I wonder what kind of check this would be. Oh, charisma persuasion.
I shall expend the 50 gold pieces. Persuasion.
Yeah.
Here we go. With my modifier, that should be a 20 total.
All right.
That's some good carousing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh. You have made 2 allied contacts. Nice. All right. So you have 2 contacts in the village now who are of the middle class, which would be where does it say? I just saw it. I was just looking at it. Those are complications. Oh, that's cool. Okay, so middle class would be guild members, spellcasters, town officials, other folk who frequent well-kept establishments. So in this village, it would probably be like the guards, the captain of the guard, the owners of the inn. Logan would be middle class. So the way they suggest doing it here, which I kind of like, is we can either decide now who your two contacts are, and they could be NPCs you've already met, or they could be new NPCs, or you could just say on your character sheet, I have two middle class contacts in this village, and then decide who they are when you need a contact.
Okay.
So I'm cool with either one of those, however you want to do it.
So at least one of my contacts, if I could, would someone who knew Logan before.
Oh, okay.
If that's possible.
Sure.
And then and I'll keep my other one for now, but
okay,
at least someone who knew Logan, because my goal through the week, aside from my carousing, is to come back to him, but this time armed with more information about him. Since I've already kind of built up something with him, and I kind of want to continue that route. But if that can give me any more insight into him and
yeah, that's a great idea.
So it's just a D&D version of Facebook stalking.
Yeah.
All right. Crap. Where did I put my NPC sheet? I have too many papers. So I'm thinking, if it's cool with you, I'm thinking maybe trying to remember her name. I lost my paper. Oh, here we go. I'm thinking maybe the innkeeper, Verna Applegate, would have probably known him because she does a little trading too. So if that works for you.
Yes.
And so what did you want to know from her? Just some dirt on Logan?
Yeah.
To use against him?
Yeah. What does she know about Logan?
So something that would help you negotiate with him.
Yeah.
Well, my first thought, and if this isn't good enough, we can keep digging in my brain. My first thought is that she would tell you that she know, because they talk sometimes over tea or whatever, as about the only traders in the town. She tells you that she knows, he doesn't let on, but he's been really bummed being stuck in this village for 5 years, and which you kind of already know from talking to him that he really liked traveling. But she actually tells you that since you guys have been in town, they've talked, and he was really excited about the possibility of you taking him to the city so that he could trade. And he confided in her that he's hoping that you guys are going to be able to change things around here so that they can start trading with Elandria again, and maybe even start trading with Faelil, the Elven city, and the Dwarven city, and other places as well. So definitely anything you could do to help that, he'd be all over it. Like she thinks he'd do about anything to get back to where he used to be, where he was traveling and trading and meeting different people and stuff. So that's like his dream right now.
Dream. All right. Okay.
So does that help you at all, or?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
I'll take that from Verna in a shot.
That's right. Some apple brandy.
Yeah.
That they make as well, because why not? If you can make it out of apples, they make it.
Yeah. At some point, probably some of the cider. Is that ginger?
All right. So yeah. So do you want to move on to the next time you talk to him, or do you need some time to think and I can go to someone else?
Yeah, go ahead and move on, and then we'll come back to Logan.
All right. Let's see. Who wants to go next? Does anybody have anything they want to do during the week that you guys are kind of just
Malagar is going to work and then snoop around, sneak into places.
So what kind of places do you want to sneak into?
Alpaca barns.
Got that covered.
Places that he would think that would do something, that would have something to do with the pact or whoever deal they made with somebody. Maybe the mayor's office.
Looking for like incriminating
papers
or
anything.
Something? Okay.
Yeah. And just FYI, I do have the invisibility spell, and I would use it.
Okay, cool. So go ahead and make a stealth roll with advantage since you're invisible.
16 plus, where's my stealth? Plus 7. So whatever that is, and then 20-something.
Okay, cool. And then go ahead and make an investigation roll. All right. I think we're streaming again. I don't know why that keeps crashing. So yeah, Malagar is able to sneak into the mayor's office between invisibility and being very stealthy in general and not alert anyone to his presence, searches through papers, finds a lot of old stuff from 5 years ago or more that doesn't seem super relevant. But one thing you do find that's interesting is you find a single piece of paper and it has 10 names on it. And none of the names are anyone that you recognize from the village that you've met. And after a week in the village, you've probably met most of the people that live here at least once. At least enough that you'd be like, oh, I've seen that name before. Or I've heard that name before. So you don't recognize these names. There's a list of 10 names, and some of them have like an annotation. Like one might say something like, was caught stealing chickens numerous times. Another one says, how would they say it? Cause conflict in the village through endless philandering. Sleeping around, basically. Which if this is any
endless philandering, that just sounds tiring.
If this place is anything like Elandria, as far as how things are, like it takes a lot of sleeping around to even raise eyebrows. Much rather get on a list like this. So this person must have really been going out of their way to make problems for people. Another one, is noted as stealing crops from another resident. One is labeled as the town drunk. One is labeled as the town gossip. One is labeled as outsider that no one really trusts, shifty eyes. And most of them have some kind of like annotation like this, something that made them less than a model citizen in this village. But you notice that the last couple names don't have something like that. The one just notes that this woman was 86 years old. And the other one notes that this young boy had some kind of illness that they couldn't treat, that was looked to be ultimately going to be fatal. So this list.
I write all this down word for word on my own piece of paper.
Okay.
And then is there dates?
Yes, there are. And it looks like there's an entry about every 6 months for the last 5 years.
Every 6 months. Okay. So this kind of looks like a sacrificial thing.
Yeah, for sure.
Society's least wanted.
Someone every 6 months.
Uh-oh.
What's the next person going to be?
And then they're writing things next to it to justify why they killed them. It's exactly how Malagar takes it.
Person that picks their nose in public.
So
Look
that's
at me wrong.
That's one thing you accomplished during the week.
Walks too slow.
Did you also? I don't remember if you said it in your email, but did you also want to kind of like just eavesdrop on people that are talking to try to?
Yep, that's why I said I'm going to be also doing the working thing.
Yeah. Okay.
Working that time, and I'd be doing that while I'm working.
Oh, okay. So what kind of work do you want to do? Do you have any
singing,
skills?
dancing, swordplay?
Of course. All right. Yeah. So you start doing your bard thing at the inn at a regular time every day, and go ahead and make a performance check. See if you can make some money.
Do I get any kind of bonuses being musical instrument? Because it just says you get something with a musical instrument. Doesn't exactly say what.
Well, I mean that's. Oh, I see what you're saying. Hang on. Let me see here.
Because when you go to tool proficiency and musical instrument, it says you get something.
You get a something. Where is that? Yeah, I love how Wizard says that Xanathar's is not a core rule book, and yet I've used it more this night than any other book.
Right.
I haven't even cracked open the DMG or the Player's Handbook yet. Well, no, I guess I use the Player's Handbook, but...
Well, Xander's Guide has a lot of good stuff in it, though.
Yes.
Yes.
I love the expansion on those tools. Just...
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll let you have advantage on that. Since you can have an instrument.
Yeah, it just says your ability to put on a good show is improved when you incorporate an instrument into your act. Yeah. But it doesn't say what kind of
it makes sense.
ability.
Yeah, so we'll just give you advantage on that.
Okay, not like it really matters. 2 19s.
All right.
Plus 5, so.
All right. Wow.
24.
Okay. So you earn 39 gold.
Whoa. Wow.
Holy crap.
I'm in the wrong fucking business.
Yeah, right?
Rich.
You think maybe part of it is because there's no trade anymore? People have like money laying around they have no use for, so they just start giving it to the bard. Oh, I love that song. Here's a gold piece.
Keeping my ginger to myself.
Also, people must be
80
so
gold now.
bored.
All right. So you do, as you're doing this and you're kind of listening to people's conversations, you do hear some interesting things. First off, you hear that there have been reports of increased sightings of goblins, bugbears, and even an ogre in the Misty Wood nearby. They've been spotted by the few brave souls who've left the village looking for forage and things like that. You also hear people talking about more and more people are seeing these strange plant men, which when they describe them, you recognize the things that you guys encountered, the blights.
Evil plant people.
Yeah. And no one's sure where they're coming from, but they seem to be seen more and more. And then finally you hear people talking about a few days ago, some people saw flying in the sky in the distance. Some people saw some kind of strange beast. It had kind of like large bat-like wings and seemed to have 3 heads. And one of the people that saw it claimed that one of the heads looked to be the head of a dragon.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, we're gonna avoid that.
Yeah. So those are some of the rumors that you hear. Maybe conspicuously, you don't hear anyone talking anything about the deal that you heard the one guard mention. You don't hear a whisper of anything unusual or suspicious as far as that goes.
Mm-hmm.
One more question, Lex. How
Yeah.
far away are we from the last 6 months on the list?
Uh-oh. Dun, 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 3
Oh.
days.
Wow, that's a really good question. Let's see. It's coming up within probably a couple weeks. We'll be 6 months again.
Shall we kick?
And during the downtime, as I find out all this information, while I'm back in the room, I would show everything and tell everything to Wall.
Okay. All right. I don't know why it just cracks me up that your 2 characters are all like off by themselves. Like,
Well, he's being the. I'm like, what? Yeah.
goblins.
Assemble the forces. Mount up.
I am a stealth-based bard, so I would do everything secretly. I'm a spy after all. Come on.
I am a stealthless paladin.
Awesome.
Well, have you ever known a stealthy paladin? Come on.
Nope.
It's the odd couple, basically.
Right now.
Best combination.
That sounds like a challenge. I need to come up with the stealthy paladin now.
Uh-oh.
Ooh.
New subclass.
Yeah.
The only time a paladin is stealthy is when he's naked, and even then you can't guarantee it.
It'll be
What's creaking?
Stealthy Paladin. It'll be on Sanathar's Guide 2 ever.
Yeah.
There you go. All right. Phoebe, do you have anything you want to do during the week that you have to do whatever you want? You don't have to work.
First of all, I was just gonna train a lot.
Okay.
Man.
Training montage.
Almost
Yeah.
total training montage.
So
Trying to learn how to grow wings and gills. Doing my best.
Okay, cool. So trying out your different forms you can assume and doing like what was the Disney like King Arthur movie where he spends time as different animals to like learn what it's like kind of like that.
Oh, what was the name? Sword in the Stone.
Yeah. Something like that. And he was like a fish for a while, and then he was a bird for a while.
And he was a
Sword in the Stone.
squirrel.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sword in the Stone.
Yeah, that's cool. Awesome.
Yeah, and I, against my better judgment, am probably going to go beyond the walls somewhat.
Okay.
Very, very stealthed.
Okay.
Just because I gotta.
Yeah. I can't say I'm shocked.
Woods.
Somebody's gonna die during downtime.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna sit very close to the village, and I'm gonna be like, I have.
She's within screaming distance of the village.
Within screaming distance, I have a backup plan.
Is it
So like,
screaming?
I have the hidden step ability, which gives me invisibility like once a day.
Okay.
So I can use that. I can also turn into a cat after casting Pass Without a Trace on myself. So that's like a plus 15 to stealth
Cool.
combined.
So you can be pretty stealthy.
I can be pretty stealthy when I want to be, yeah.
That roll is definitely not based off of my cat. I think I get a negative to stealth.
Yeah, same. In the middle of the night, clunk, 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 clunk. Oh God, what did he do? He likes to try and sneak up on me, though. But yeah, I'd probably, just practice training, spend some time in the woods, maybe just look around for anything suspicious, but not seek out anything dangerous.
Into the woods to grandmother's house.
Cool. So you're just kind of keeping close to the village, but enjoying being outside and trying out your different animal forms. And
yeah. And I don't know, maybe Quincy and I will pray or something. Talk theology.
Ooh, I like that.
By the pole.
And maybe I could finish helping you. Honey, I'm busy. You gotta. Sorry.
Ouch, somebody just got dismissed.
He knows. It's D&D time. You don't fuck with D&D time.
Yeah.
that's right.
Everybody in the house knows it's Tuesday.
Right? So yeah, maybe help fix the glaring errors in the history of my people.
Nice.
Yes. I'm very happy to learn about the glaring errors, the ill-informed texts that I'm basing on have. So many notes.
So
Where on earth did it say that we have tusks? I mean, my goodness.
So
I have a very good authority that some furbolgs have tusks.
I have it on very good authority that they don't.
Your authority is better, admittedly.
So Phoebe, while you're out doing your thing, there are some weird things that happen to you while you're outside.
All right. Oh boy.
Just weird random things like you're in like one of your animal forms and you walk under a certain plant and one of the leaves kind of tilts and drops a bunch of water that had collected on your head. Another time you're flying, or I guess you can't fly yet. You're as another animal, like kind of swinging through the trees, and
Squirrel or something.
yeah, suddenly there's this huge spider web that you swear wasn't there a second ago that you go right through, and it gets all in your mouth and stuff. Just these weird things just keep happening around you, and you start thinking about when you guys first got here, and all your stuff was strewn about the camp, and how you felt like there was some kind of tricksome force nearby, and you become pretty certain that whatever this force is, that it's following you around as you're going about your day in the wilderness.
Oh my goodness.
Catch it.
I guess in
Make a
well, I'm
friend.
an animal, but I would want to talk to it in Sylvan, but in my animal form I can't speak, and I don't know if I want to risk going out of my animal form.
Squeakity squeak.
Yeah, it doesn't seem to like nothing harmful happens, just things that are either annoying or funny,
Annoying.
depending on how you look at it.
I leave a little bit of alpaca milk out for them.
Oh. You come back later and the milk is gone. Something definitely drank it.
Do you want to leave some cookies?
I'm gluten-free, actually.
Mhm.
Are those alpaca?
Gluten-free cookies? Like they're 4 times
Tis the season.
Yeah. Oats, good berries.
Yeah. Just trying to say we're friends. You please stop putting spiders in my mouth. I know it's really funny, but yeah.
Do you
I
want to
don't see
do
anything
any?
horribly suspicious. or-
No. Just
All right,
just
that's
weird.
good.
Do you want to do any foraging while you're out there?
Sure.
How many of the 7 days do you want to forage?
Maybe 3 or 4.
Okay.
I don't want to forage every day
Okay.
because
Gotta take a vacation every once in a while.
Yeah.
what's that?
Just take a vacation from foraging.
Yeah,
Oh.
I have time to eat all the stuff.
Deplete the resources.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So
Pretty much
during that
deplete
time,
resources.
you accumulate a total of 20 pounds of various goodies from the forest that you can sell to Logan, and he'll pay a gold piece a pound for that kind of stuff.
Mm.
So 20 gold pieces worth of mushrooms and berries and nuts and whatever else.
Give it to Larissa. Maybe you can get a better deal.
I don't know.
I
20
will.
That seems like a lot of money for some like nuts and berries and mushrooms and stuff
It's
like
more
that.
than 5 days of making cider, I can tell you that.
So
You know, I went to school for this.
Yes. Oh.
I didn't just go out and pick weeds, you know.
I'm still paying student loans.
Yes. Oh.
I'm just a 6th generation brewer, no big deal. Whatever.
but you got some nuts.
Oh, poor
I-
fella.
That's what you get for thinking there's money in alcohol.
Yep.
Yeah.
Rehab, that's where the
Well.
money is.
Yes.
I will sell 15 pounds
Okay.
to Logan, and
Man, that
the
meant
other 5 pounds I will just share with my friends,
Cool.
and they can do with it what they want. But I'm like, oh, you should try these berries. They're really delicious. Oh, this mushroom variety is really rare. Herbolgs are big sharers. We like sharing.
All right. How about Quincy? Is there anything you want to do during your
Is
free
there
time?
a like town records or something like that? I'm looking for like old maps of the area or like just information on the history of the village, that sort of thing. Nothing secret, just any record.
Now he's cracking for everybody.
Yeah. Same.
That's not good.
You're cracking.
Maybe your battery's
Sorry.
going dead.
No, that happened before, so.
Oh.
Yeah, I tried to fix that.
Yeah, they don't really have any maps. or records, unfortunately. I mean, as far as like historical records.
Oh, that's another thing I wanted to mention. Maybe Quincy and I could try and figure out who the other members of the mystery cult in this village are.
Oh.
If
So
you
having-
wanted to join me on that.
I would. My plan 1 didn't work, so.
I don't know how we'd figure that out.
I assumed that we would like leave a message like on the side of a tree or something, and then just, like secret meeting. And then
I could write it in Druidic just in case. Although I don't know if anybody else is a Druid.
that might not be super useful, but we could put like a secret symbol to Dayanara.
When else am I ever gonna use Druidic? Come on, just kidding.
So, just standing in a dark alley. Just wait for people to come to.
Welcome to you.
Fun project. Go around your house and label things and see what is not made in China.
It sounds fun. I don't have enough time to do that.
Nobody does.
Glancing around the house, I'm like, my kids.
Your kids?
Yeah,
Me.
They're hard to keep post-it notes on, though.
they are. They keep taking them off. I don't know why.
Give them a hug. Just
So yes,
made in the
they're
USA.
just for
Actually,
people,
most of my stuff's made in USA because I made it myself, so I'm good.
just for
Good.
people watching because the thing crashed again.
My dresser, my TV stand, my desk, I made that all myself. So that's made in America.
There is a temple in the village that no one's explored yet. So
All right. The cleric, realizing there is a temple in the village, will go to temple.
We have a temple?
We have a cleric.
it's very
We have a cleric.
And Phoebe, you were asking about symbols.
Sorry?
You were asking about symbols of Dayanara.
Dayanara.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And
They-
as soon as I can find it, I can tell you what they
They
are.
can leave.
All right, you're back online
Yay!
with 4 people watching.
And those are
Including
probably,
the two of you.
To all
doesn't-
our 4
Yeah.
viewers.
yeah, they're probably all us.
Yeah.
So me, Lex, Emmanuel, and who else?
I think Brett's probably in there.
Find them.
Yeah.
There we go.
I thought we had one, but no.
Killer guys.
When our audience grows beyond 6, we can get excited.
Oh, Lex, did you tweet out the link?
I did.
Oh,
Oh.
good job.
Yeah.
No, I have
did.
to. I should retweet.
At least I think I did.
Oh yeah, I can start boosting it on the pub page too.
Deities. I'm in the player's guide here. Here we go. Symbols: the deer or stag, fruit trees, berry bushes, the full moon, the moon, just the moon, any kind of moon, full moon, quarter moon,
The moon.
all
Half
the moons. Yeah.
Oh, that could be cool. If you know what the next moon cycle is, you
Red
when
moon.
you put when you want to meet.
Oh yeah.
Like,
Okay.
Yeah, I could definitely see the mystery cult gathering on full moons for sure.
Is there a full moon in this week?
Yeah, why not?
There is now. There is now. So I don't know. I would like carve a symbol like in the side of the inn or something where we're staying, or like on the alpaca barn.
yeah.
I like the idea of you like scratching something into the side of the inn and Verna just walking around the corner and just like, what the fuck?
Sorry.
In 2 weeks, Malagar finds Bryn's name on that sheet of people.
Vandalism.
Dayanara themed graffiti.
So this is like the same as someone like writing Jesus saves on.
Only if he's saving in a particular place at a particular time.
Yeah, you know, people say that. I've yet to get a discount because of Jesus. I try all the time. I'm like, can I get my Jesus discount?
You have to do it in Linden.
I think if you
Oh,
go up,
right.
you have to have one of those fancy color things, and then you get a discount.
Oh.
Yeah.
See, I knew I was
And
doing
a
something
laminated
wrong.
card.
You gotta walk in with the robe.
Do you get that one directly from God? Like, does God have a laminator?
Of course he does.
Okay, there you go. But I do, speaking of heresy, I do wish to go to the temple.
Awesome. The pagan temple.
The pagan temple. Is it a pagan temple?
Well, yeah, I guess. I don't know. I guess it depends how you define pagan.
Right?
I don't want to touch this one with a 10-foot pole. So
There is a temple. As you approach it, you see that, like many of the temples in Primordia, it seems to be dedicated to quite a few of the gods, really all of the gods, but there are some that seem to get some special honor. Those are, of course, Dianara, the goddess of the wilderness that you follow, as well as Azatara, the goddess of agriculture, Ganj, the god of pipe flower and inspiration, ideas, visions, and just letting loose at the end of a long day.
good time.
Pointy leaves.
Hesta, the goddess of the hearth, home, family, marriage, childbirth, all that good stuff. And Hoppus, the god of ale and brewing and things like that, are some of the more prominent ones that you see in the various symbols carved into the posts on either side of the door to this building. When you,
I did.
yeah, go ahead.
I was gonna say, I'm gonna go and I'll leave like an offering of some sort to Dianara specifically. Is there? I don't know. Is there? There has to be some sort of procedure, ritual, some sort of thing.
Yeah. So when you go inside, you see there are various altars kind of throughout the room to different gods, and you can easily find the one dedicated to Dianara. And as you go to it and you say your prayer, make your offering, a gentleman comes into the room from a back room and greets you. And he is a human man, seems about middle-aged. He's got a big bushy beard, and you see various what at first glance looks like he's just got like twigs and bits of plant sticking in his beard. But when you look closer, you realize that the twigs are all either carved or shaped in some way. And the bits of plant are flowers or bits of vine. And it's what at first looks like just like some hermit's unkempt beard. You realize like he actually spent some time like arranging this display in his beard.
He's dedicated to his hermit look.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's okay.
He's a very Pat Rothfuss looking guy, if you know what Pat Rothfuss looks like. He's got the
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
I love that guy's beard.
He's got a fantastic beard.
It's shorter than my boyfriend's, but it's pretty good.
I have to
Nice.
see your boyfriend's beard sometime, man.
Yeah, it's pretty spectacular.
It's not the length of the beard, it's the thickness.
It's both.
It's how you wear it.
Both.
It's the angle of the dangle, man.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah,
Um,
he greets you, and you can tell from the holy symbol that he's wearing that he is a follower of Dianara, like you.
So I will not so subtly display my holy symbol of Dayanara as well, and introduce myself. Hello, is he a priest or something like that?
He
Does he
says,
introduce himself like with a name?
yes, he says his name is Brendel.
Hello, Brendel. I'm Quincy. I'm new to town, as you might have guessed.
He says, yes, I'd heard that we had visitors. I didn't realize that there was another devotee of Dayanara in your group. You're very welcome here. I'm the caretaker of this place.
Pardon?
He's not there.
Oh. Thoroughly ignored then.
Pay no attention to the voice coming out of that wall. It does that sometimes. I'm not sure which god that is.
I think that's gone.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Yes, we Dayanar and I go way back. What sort of a caretaker of this temple? It's quite the temple. Is it an old temple? A new temple?
He says, "Oh, it's been here in its current form for about 20 years, I think. But there's been a temple of some kind in this spot for hundreds of years.
Oh,
if you believe that the stories that this was where the original temple was built when the village was founded after Our Lady camped here for the night."
Oh wow, that's quite an amazing story.
And you notice when he says Our Lady, he very surreptitiously, with his one hand that's kind of down by his side, he makes this gesture with his fingers, which you recognize from your cult as one of the symbols that you guys use to kind of reveal yourselves to one another without telling other people around you what's going on.
Hey, the secret handshake.
Yeah.
All right, I will secret handshake return.
Okay. He says, "Oh, good." He says, "I had a feeling about you, but it's always good to be sure."
As you, that beard is quite the accomplishment.
Oh, thank you. I've been working on it for many years.
I can tell. So, what can you tell me? Can you tell me anything else of the village and the people who are here?
He says, "Well, we've been having a problem with demons lately. I hear that you actually encountered them outside the walls."
I've heard that as well.
Yeah, this is very disturbing. Really like to know where they're coming from. This could be signs of a much more serious problem.
Of course. I would love to get out there and do what we can to preserve this village and the areas around it, of course.
He says, other than that, it's been the usual, just trying to survive.
Well, you should be, very proud of yourselves for being able to survive. I believe you're the only people outside of the major cities to do so. So, congratulations.
He says, "Well, I don't want to overstep myself, but it's customary when someone comes here for the first time that I offer a blessing. Would you care for one?"
Of course. Thank you.
All right, so he proceeds to say a very standard blessing you probably heard before. Dayanara watch over you, and may your hunts be fruitful, and things like that. And as he does so, so he says a blessing, and he does like they do this thing where they put their hands on your shoulders, and then they put their hands on your face, and he puts his hands on your shoulders, and then he puts his hands on your face, and traditionally you just do it for a brief moment. It's just a like kind of a ritualistic thing that they do, like a handshake kind of thing. But he leaves his hands on your face for a moment, and he's like looking you in the eyes, and you feel this I don't know, this weird sensation, like almost like you're outside of yourself looking in for a second, and you're not sure what's happening. You don't see him like use any magic or cast a spell or anything like that, but you feel this weird thing happen. And he looks at you, and he kind of like nods to himself, and he takes his hands away, and he says, you have been touched by Our Lady. I can see, I can feel her hand upon you. This is very unusual and very special. You've been chosen for something, my friend. I'm not sure what, but whatever it is, it's important.
It is my calling.
That's just my old man gas. Don't worry about that.
He says, "Well, I'm honored to have you under my roof and visiting our village. Perhaps you and your friends can make a change for the better here."
That is all we hope to be able to do.
And he steps a little closer to you, and he lowers his voice a little bit, even though there's no one else there. And he says, I must warn you, there are dark forces at work in the forest around this village. Be careful.
Something worse than demons?
I fear it may be.
Oh, well. Any more information you could give me is we do plan on heading out into those forests, and forewarned is forearmed.
He says, be especially careful if you go to the south. There are swamps to the south of the Misty Wood, and much evil is said to lurk there.
Oh man.
So I'm going to bring out my the map that I've been making as I've been going along, and I'm going to sort of point to the south where there's kind of just nothing. Wait, which direction did we come into the village from?
That's a good question. Stand by.
Man, I almost said because there are demons to the north that I was going to go to the south.
South bad.
You guys came from the west.
I am lucky that I did not do that.
West.
Kind of northwest.
All right, so I show my map that I made, and it's much better to the northwest, obviously, and just the south. And I say the swamps. Do you know how far away they are? Can you give me any information there? And I just point to the big blank space.
He says, yes. He says a map, very, very helpful. He says, allow me. And he takes, he goes and grabs like a quill pen, and he kind of hovers his hand over your map, and he says a prayer that is also a spell. And you, it seems similar to your guiding hand spell, but different. And he speaks the spell, and he has his eyes closed, and he moves his hand kind of in a circle over the map, and then he drops his hand and he makes a mark on the map. And it's to the south. It's a part of the map that you haven't drawn yet. But he says, if you go to this spot, I think you'll find something very interesting and very dangerous there. I wish I could tell you more, but I enjoy living here, and I don't want to make any enemies. I've probably already told you too much.
You can be assured that nothing that you say will leave this building or leave my lips. So I thank you for any assistance that you've given, and know that if you ever need to call upon me and my companions, we are happy to help.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Might have to take you up on that.
Will you tell me though? Sayonara, buddy.
I did make a sacred vow to not speak of anything, but also I have a point on my map that says that we should go or potentially or not. I don't know.
I can't tell you guys, but
We should maybe or maybe not go to this spot here. I don't know.
yeah, we'll go totally.
Or not. So, with that, I will have left my offering to Dianara. I will, of course, ignore pretty much everything else that's there, like as far as the other gods. And then I'll sort of, thank him for his help, and can I look around and see if I find, is this temple seem to be built upon ruins of the old temples that were here before, and is there any sort of foundations that can be shown, or old parts of old buildings or anything, or is it just relatively new?
Yeah, sure. Make a investigation check.
Yeah, I can totally do that. Yep. Huh. I rolled it. Well, that's 19, so 20.
Nice.
Wow. Apparently I can do that.
Yeah, so you go outside and you start looking around the foundation. You even dig into the earth a little bit just to see what you can find. And
ooh, I have a shovel.
You do. You do. You're prepared for this kind of stuff.
Here we go. And
you do find signs that there's at least one, probably more than one ruin underneath this that, where a temple has been built on top of another through the centuries.
Do I notice any type of the architecture or stonework that would lead me towards a certain race of builder? Is it humans or dwarves or elves or other?
Yeah, so the one that's here now looks to be of human construction, and the one that was before it does as well. But you dig a little deeper and you find another foundation under that one that looks to like it was of wood elf construction. It's actually made of magically shaped tree roots. Ooh. Which is something wood elves are known for doing.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, that's about as much as I'm quite happy with that information. After that, I will head back to the meeting place where we said we would meet after our week of downtime.
All right. So at this point, I will go back to Brett and Wall, who were meeting with the Lord and Lady Mayor. Seems like an age ago.
So as I was, it was at that point that we discovered.
All right.
On the castle.
Now I'm trying to remember what we were doing. So you had talked to them about
she had given her non-answer.
Yes.
Yes. And he had acknowledged the non-answer.
Yeah.
I think that's where we left it.
Yeah. So at this point, they actually kind of go aside a little bit and talk amongst themselves. And when they part, she leaves. You don't know where she goes. She leaves the room. And he comes back over to you and invites you over by the fireplace. They've got some chairs, invites you to have a seat, asks you if you want something to drink, if you want to have a smoke, or, tries to make you comfortable. And
something to drink would be nice, thank you.
Of the story, but
and 2 weeks when we give somebody away.
Bryn.
She's had to make some difficult decisions, and
sorry.
Although we shared this burden together, I wanted to say she's the bad cop and I'm the good cop, but they wouldn't say that. She tends to be the one that makes the hard decisions. I tend to be the one that smooths everything over afterwards and makes sure everybody's happy with the decisions that we make.
I see.
Good mayor, bad mayor.
Good mayor, bad mayor. Yeah.
You're the face of the government.
I suppose.
And the Forcer.
So
I
5
think
years
that-
ago, when things happened as they did everywhere,
Yes.
things were bad here. A lot of people died in a very short amount of time, and we were staring our own doom in the face. And just when it seemed all was lost and there was no hope, salvation came to us in a very unlikely form. And we were forced to make an arrangement with a very old being that lives in the forest nearby. And in return for her protection, we have done various things. Various things that are not things we would normally do. Are not things we would willingly do, but we did what we felt we had to do. And this was a decision that was made by all of the adults of the village. My wife and I did not make this decision for everyone. This was a communal decision, which is why part of the reason why we're reluctant to give you details, because as all were involved in making the decision, we feel that all should be involved in sharing this information with outsiders. I don't know how much that helps you.
I understand the need to do things for the greater good. I would like to know more. I would like for you to trust us. I know I can't force that. So, perhaps, let me ask this instead. Is this the kind of deal that you made? Is this the kind of deal that you would not have made if you did not feel that you needed to?
Oh, certainly not. We would have never made this deal if we had another choice that we felt
So-
would work.
So if there's a way, can the deal be broken?
Possibly. There would be this person to deal with that we made the deal with, but between me and you, she's not a very nice person, and I personally wouldn't have any problems double crossing her if we could get away with it. The problem is she does protect this village, as you pointed out yourself. The wall is not enough.
Right.
There are the rifts to worry about, which still occasionally happen nearby, but thanks to the protection we have, doesn't happen here. There are also various monsters that would likely attack if there weren't a protective force. But what I feel, and this is where Amanda and I disagree a little bit, I feel you might be able to help us, you and your friends, to find another solution, a better solution. We did have a couple other ideas on the table at the time that we just didn't have the means to make happen. But you and your friends might be able to help with that. And from what I understand of you personally, one of these in particular might be of interest to you. And that is, there are tales told in our village.
I don't have a tail.
Well, there are many tales told in our village, but a particular tale is told of a sacred mountain to the east where miracles happen. This is the kind of story that every mother tells her child, or every father tells his child. And because of that, it's just we see it as make believe. No one takes this story seriously. However, a member of our town, Logan, whom I believe you've met, runs the mercantile.
The very short man, yes.
Yes, he did not grow up around here. He did not grow up hearing this tale, and he was the one, when all this happened 5 years ago, who suggested that this sacred mountain might hold the answers for us. So according to the story, this mountain, which we know as God's Brow Peak, the legend is that there is a powerful being that lives there named Edo Elandria. And Edo is said to be an actual avatar of Elandria. She is said she used to live in Elandria, the city. She was one of the founders of the guild that you represent. But she moved to this faraway place when she grew tired of the constant petitions from people who wanted to speak to a god that lived in their city with them. Once she moved to this mountain, it said that people of Elandria and even occasionally people from this village would take pilgrimages to the mountain to seek guidance and wisdom from the avatar. It said that occasionally she would even impart some kind of blessing upon someone who was truly faithful and a true servant of Elandria. I see that you bear the goddess's symbol. I've talked to Marcus and the other men of the Watch, and they all hold you in high regard, and they all speak of your commitment to Elandria.
Yes.
If this tale is true, perhaps if this being is still there, perhaps it would help you. If it is indeed an avatar of the goddess, it would certainly have the power to protect this small little village.
This could be the beginning, yes.
This was Logan's idea, but we, at the time, felt that it was too much of a long shot. It was too far away. It was too dangerous. And we didn't have anyone that we thought could make the journey and survive. But maybe you and your friends could. I don't know.
Interesting. Very good. I like sitting and talking to you. I like drinking your ale. Thank you very much.
Yes, of course.
He claps him on the shoulder, and he stands, finishes his drink. He says, "Thank you for making me understand. I will talk with the short man and see what more he knows, and then we will fix this problem your village has."
That sounds good. You'll definitely be our heroes forever if you do so.
It's not for heroism.
Of course.
But
of course.
it's a little for heroism, but it's not for heroism.
Your secret is safe with me.
Thank you. And I leave.
Okay. And finally, Larissa is still trying to schmooze Logan.
Yes.
Gonna make another attempt.
Yes.
Wow.
I would like to procure or find Fear, so she can help me
Okay.
with some food and drink, especially in drink. I ask if you know how to cook.
Yeah.
Then I ask Ver.
To drug it.
Yeah, no. Verna, if we can use her kitchen to make a meal for a picnic with Logan.
Yes, of course. Of course.
I also would like to enlist Bryn in finding a nice little place outside of the walls. Nice little picnic place for Logan and myself.
Oh, of course.
Since I assume we saw you leaving, so I'm assuming that you know of a nice little secluded, safe play area that Logan and I can go to.
What is your goal for this meal?
Matrimony.
Just talk.
Just talk. So not my best work, like pretty good. You want an okay beer or wine?
Put your heart in it, if you would.
Oh, honey, I don't think you know how good I am.
Oh, honey, no.
I mean, I'm sure you're quite skilled.
This guy, if I put my heart into it, it's over. This guy wants to marry you. He follows you around for the rest of your days. You probably want like a 3 out of 10 from me for this meal. That's all I'm saying.
Maybe a 6 or 7. I mean,
okay. I'm just saying, like, I'm an alchemist. I can make magic happen in the kitchen.
if you need anything, I can help.
Sure, you cut these potatoes.
Yes.
Perfect dice.
Because I'm peeling.
So
and
she
then
gets a level 6 fear picnic meal.
Nice.
yes.
Nice.
But I also either fear or Bryn to deliver a note with eau de mon perfume for the location of our meeting. Probably Bryn, since she knows exactly where it's gonna go down, and then I'll go there to prepare the area and prepare myself.
Oh, and I can help you if you want.
I'll braid your hair too.
Make it.
Please.
Man, you've got everything but the string quartet going on.
Flowers, whatever. Druid craft and everything.
I don't have Druidcraft yet. That's gonna be the next cantrip I take. But
she did forage the shit out of the forest though, so
That's
she got
true.
real mushrooms.
There are no mushrooms anywhere.
The forest is snack free from us.
Yeah.
I can do some things though. Hold on.
That's
Anything.
oddly vague.
Yeah. Okay, so I can check off some food and drink.
I could use Wild Cunning. I can convince some butterflies to just hang around.
Please.
A couple nightingales. Staring.
Right? just above, while we're eating.
I can locate plants to just find a lot of flowers. I don't know.
Yeah, a perfect little glade.
There you go.
So I will cast the bless spell using my alchemy jug, and make you. You have 4 gallons of beer at your disposal.
Woo!
Wow. Now we're talking.
The first few sips of which are blessed. I'm just gonna take a little sip myself.
That is a very happy meal.
Yeah.
The first happy meal.
Yes. Oh wow.
I feel like that's a very large picnic basket.
Yeah.
Here's
Need
a
a wheelbarrow.
backpack from you.
Truffles? I have some truffles.
Oh yeah, that will go nicely in the potato.
And fruits.
Wow.
And
Sandwiches. That's like a level 3. This is level 6. You
I
said
can
level
give
6.
you a pack of forest things.
Pies.
Fancy ass shit.
6
You have a
bottles of
mushroom
beer.
terrine with some truffles shaved on the potatoes. Oh, mwah. It's
Like a picnic
Fresh
basket.
blackberries,
15 years.
strawberries.
15 years is my guarantee. 15 years.
Keywords handy picnic basket.
1, 2
So
kids.
so in 15 years, I'd have to procure you for a level 8 meal, so I can last another 15.
Yes. May our friendship last that long and I spill out a little
Yes.
salt.
Yes. So I go and get ready for our picnic. So hopefully he shows.
Yeah.
Big red poppy right behind her ear.
Oh, nice. Yeah, he shows up and he is blown away by the presentation. He's just speechless.
Oh, the fan, Mandy. You win.
I'm crying actual tears.
Oh my god.
Just a little something I put together.
It's to keep the butterflies off the nose.
Yes, yes.
Logan says, I'm sorry, my lady. I never learned the language of fans. I feel completely outclassed.
Sit, come and have something to drink. There's plenty.
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, he digs in. He's having a ball.
Oh my goodness.
You
And of
wrote
course,
that checklist.
yes. Yes, I will partake of the drink. If even if it's probably not necessary, I would try to do my my performance as he comes into the glaive.
Okay,
Into
I'm
the
going to
glaive.
give him
He comes into the
An ambush.
I'll go
shocking
ahead and give him
cliffhanger.
disadvantage on that save. He does not make the saving throw.
A
Yes.
date to die for.
Yeah. He is quite charmed at this point.
Yeah. So I wanted to talk to him about aside from flirting, potential. I will mention to him that my family had a textile, was in the textile business, and that I would love to have some of his to make connections, to make trade with him, and have some of his. I'm a little lost for words. His clothing to trade with him, basically, to have my family trade with him.
Oh, that would be fantastic.
For here. So
If they ever reopen the roads or something, I used to have connections in Faleal and the Dwarven city nearby. I'm sure they'd be very interested in your textiles. And I'd love to see what you can do with the alpaca from
Yes.
Dianara's Rest here.
Yeah. So
You can tell you're definitely speaking his language now. He's getting really
Yes.
excited about this. About
yeah.
these
Yeah,
opportunities.
Yeah, and so I'll continue on that, and maybe slip in some more to try and convince him again to let on. Maybe come closer to him.
Okay. Yeah, he's pretty receptive at this point. So when you ask him again, he says, look, it's nothing against you at all. He says, I would have told you a week ago if it were just up to me. He says, but this is my home now, and right now I have no way out of here. I have nowhere to go. I have no prospects. And so I'm kind of stuck here. And I'm afraid that if I tell you something that the people here don't want you to know, that they're going to exile me or worse.
I see why you would be worried.
But if you promise me that you will not tell anyone
No one.
that I told you.
My goal is simply to help.
He says,
That's
okay.
why we were sent here. And as my good friend Fear and I have told you before, we will try our best to get you back to Elandria and get you out of here for some time, if you'd like.
If only there were a way. If only they would reopen the roads. Even if I get to Elandria, it's just one place. If only there were a way to trade with the other places I used to trade with.
Mm. Well, that's something that we can certainly explore.
Now, Manny, you know that Elandria has portals. You know they have one to Phaleo and to the Dwarven city he's talking about. But they were built within the last 5 years, so he
doesn't know.
He doesn't know about them. Yeah.
Okay. So I will mention there is a way to trade from Elandria to these two other cities. They have built portals directly to the cities.
Hang up the scroll. No, they didn't.
They have. Well,
that's fantastic. So I just have to get to the city, and I'm good.
You're good.
Oh, that's great news. He says, all right. He says, if you promise that no one finds out I told you, I'll tell you what I know.
Of course.
He says, all right. So when this all happened, I was still seen as an outsider. I just came through here on my trade routes and would come through this little village a few times a year, stay a night, whatever. But I happened to be here when the breaking started, so I decided to stay here, especially after my guards were killed. So things were really bad here. People were dying. It looked like the end of everything. And there's this woman who lives in the swamp to the south. I don't know her name. I don't want to know her name. But she doesn't live in the village. She lives in the swamp all by herself. She's a weird old woman. Every once in a while, someone from the village would go to see her. People say she's a witch. People would go for all kinds of stupid things that people go to witches for because they were sick or because they wanted someone to fall in love with them or whatever. This woman came to the village and offered to protect us. She said that she could keep the rifts from opening here. She said she could keep the monsters away. Anything that was more than what our defenses could handle, she would help us with. And she asked for something in return. She wanted one of us every 6 months. It can be anybody. She doesn't care who it is. But every 6 months, someone has to go to her and they never come back. It started out, it wasn't such a big deal. I mean, every village has undesirables. People that they just as soon get rid of anyway. People who've committed crimes or whatever, a whole lot or anything. Mm-hmm. Kind of bedraggled clothing. Not terribly attractive, but not like super ugly either. Kind of forgettable, really, is what he said. Like once he starts describing her to you, he says, now that I describe her, I realize she's kind of very forgettable and very plain.
Does she carry anything magic?
I don't know if she had anything magical. She did carry some kind of handbag with her. So this is the big secret. This is what people don't want you to know. It's coming time in a couple weeks. We're going to have to send someone else into the swamp, and we don't know who we're going to send. Like I said, when this all went down, I was still very much seen as an outsider. I wasn't really a part of this decision, but I watched it all happen, and I like these people. These are good people, and I didn't want to see this happen, and so I tried to find solutions, and I gave a couple ideas to the mayor, and they didn't feel like they would work or they could do it. I don't know.
What did you think?
Well, he says, I remember when I used to travel, I heard a story of this magic tree in the fairy forest to the southeast of here. And
A tree? I'm not there. I'm invisible. I'm invisible nearby.
a tree.
But
The stories go, the stories that I heard on the road was that in the early days of the breaking, people who were traveling from their homes to trying to find some place of safety would stop beneath this tree at night, and they said that the tree protected them. They said that none of the monsters would come near it. They never saw any rifts near it, and just being beneath it, they could feel this sense of safety, like they were being protected by something. Now, from what people have told me of this, it's a huge tree. It's not something we could move to the village. But I was thinking maybe, a lot of times around a tree, there's smaller trees growing that are offspring, or maybe even you could find a seed and plant one here. And maybe such a tree would protect this village as well. The mayor thought it was too much of a uncertainty. It was too far away. And also it would take years for even a small sapling to grow, probably to the point where it could protect the village. But I know you and your friends are adventurers, and maybe there's something you could do, maybe something with magic to make a tree grow faster. I don't know. I don't know what's possible.
I'm sure my friend Bryn would know something.
I nod quietly to myself, but I'm still invisible, so don't say anything.
He says the other idea I had was even more of a long shot, was about this supposed magic mountain that's even farther away, where people believe a god lives there. And you'd think a god could protect a village. That was my second idea, but the mayor didn't seem really keen on that one either.
Both the mayor.
Yeah, that's very, very good, and thank you for confiding in me. But
just remember, you didn't hear it from me.
I did not. Who are you?
I don't know who I am.
As I started,
I'm so drunk right now. I don't know what's going on.
So I kind of swat away the butterflies. And
Okay.
as kind of like a sign for Bryn. You're good. Goodbye. I got this.
I take the
You don't want to
hint.
watch what happens now?
I leave quickly.
Oh my god!
Practically running.
Continue drinking, eating, and fade to black.
Awesome.
Spend the night with the halfling. Not all the way. Can't give everything all on the first night.
Do you come back to the room?
I do.
Oh, you're back late.
Would you say you went halfway?
I don't know what you're talking about.
High five. 15 years. Guaranteed.
Really, that was a really top-notch meal.
Oh, thank you.
Going to have to teach me how to cook.
It'll take some time, but I would be happy to.
All
right. So at this point, this kind of took longer than I thought, but it was fun.
Yeah.
We've gone through the downtime stuff. So if you guys want to, everybody convene somewhere to compare notes and decide what comes next, we can do that. Or whatever you guys
I'm
want to do.
downstairs performing, whatever time it is. Probably nighttime by now. I'm down performing.
We can make like 40 gold. It's a lot of performing.
Yeah.
Um,
I mean,
I would
I'll immediately share this information with Fear, and if Bryn happens to be by, I would grab Bryn into the room.
Girl talk.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I would. My thing cut out a little, so I just heard Bryn and then blah blah blah. But I was definitely going to find you and discuss the tree.
Yeah.
I think we should tell the rest of our party. I don't think this is just for us to know.
Yes, of course.
I
But
agree.
they don't want apparently this is very hush hush, and it's very important to them as we
So maybe we
come to find out. So,
divide and conquer on the information instead of all 6 of us gathering somewhere where I'm sure prying ears can hear. We'll each tell one of the gentlemen.
You guys could probably find a place where you could all meet
I don't
unobserved.
trust these people. I don't know them. Could have magic listening
Right?
devices.
I'll find Wall, since Wall and I spent a watch.
Yes.
First of all,
Malagar?
And tell him what I know.
Brand, you muted yourself. Nope, your mic is out.
Aw.
Bye bye, baby.
All right. Yeah, it wouldn't be hard to find Malagar. He's either singing or he's drinking. It's
Yeah.
not much of anything else going on.
I'll come up to you with a mug.
wait.
Oh, go ahead, Brand.
Oh,
There you are.
Can you hear me?
Yep.
Yes.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yep.
I got my
Yeah,
cat.
and if anybody asks like
That sounds
Brom
bad, but-
or Verna, like if there's someplace private you could talk, they would suggest they have a wine cellar, and I mean, there's no way anyone could eavesdrop on you down there, unless, like you say, they have magical bugs or something. But
Scrying works.
Mhm.
Also that.
But yeah,
Oh, go ahead, baby.
just so are we waiting or should I tell Larissa first?
What do you have to tell Larissa?
Well, the thing is, a while ago, maybe a few years ago even, I had a very strange vision about a tree, a large, ancient tree deep in the forest that was twisted by ancient magic, and I don't know.
Just in what
It
way?
sounded
Badly. So, maybe it was sick. Do you think?
it was definitely blighted. It was spreading throughout the forest.
yeah, you got the feeling it went even beyond that, like it was twisted with like evil magic or something. Like something really unnatural was being done to this tree.
Felt horribly evil. It just felt wrong. Something horrible had been done to this tree.
Hmm. Maybe it has something to do with the tree where you Logan mentioned, or it doesn't. It's good for us to explore this option for the villagers if it's if it's true whatever is happening to these people, it's not good. Someone is next. Someone is going to be lost forever.
We don't know what's happening to the people. We only know that they don't come back here. Maybe they have like a much better life in the woods. Who knows? I don't think we should just go out murdering people without all the information.
They go to a
Who said
farm
anything
upstate.
about murdering people? That's
No, We shouldn't.
You were the one that jumped to that conclusion.
Well, I just want to be careful. I know how adventurers get.
We have no.
When in
home.
doubt, murder hobo.
I
That
also
one's up.
think that caution is important, and there is not necessarily any evidence that suggests that they're dead.
Right.
Right. So I think
Then again,
you have gotten a very valuable piece of information, and we need to build on that information rather than just go murder. I'm not assuming you ladies are on the murder track. I just want to put this out there.
no, murder is not
Murder is
the option, especially since it seems this woman, whoever she is, might be a very powerful spellcaster.
Right. We could not be up to the challenge potentially, even if she is murdering these people. We need to be smart. Okay. So we share the information we have.
Yes, of course.
And then
just try not to. I'm just trying not to congregate too much before people start getting suspicious of us and
agree.
Mistrustful.
Mm-hmm. So. Very good job on gathering information, Larissa. You are quite impressive.
Oh.
She blushes.
Right.
Anything else you saw, Bryn, or anything else you need to talk about?
No. The pixies around here are really annoying, though. I just gotta say.
I think that's pretty universal, actually.
I've been out in the woods a bit, but I haven't really seen anything of note, so.
All right. Well, I'll go tell Malagar. You go tell Quincy. You go tell Wall. We will reconvene once we all have information to share. We'll see what's next. Okay, I'm going to go down to the taverny bit, and I'm going to get 2 mugs of ale, and I'm just going to kind of gesture to Malagar that I would like to speak with him, between sets.
Okay.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah,
I see it and I go over.
Want to tell him more about my people's history.
Ooh.
And I just relay. We don't have to roleplay that. I'm not adding any spice or anything.
I just add Craig. It was a vision sent to me by Dayanara.
I spend maybe more time than is appropriate talking about the meal that I made, but everything else is as written.
Yes.
Oh yeah, and tree, mountain, something or other, but that food.
Yes.
And this ale I brewed up in the alchemy jug. Whew, so good. So
just a sprinkle of Falamar sauce.
So
and I pull out my notes of all the people that they had sent off and said, "Yeah, this coincides with information I have gathered myself."
Oh, looks like you've been a busy beaver too.
When Bryn tells me that, I'll bring out my map and point to a location to the south and say, this is... I was told that there was a place of great interest and danger here. I wonder if that was what he was talking about. And,
I would say most likely.
I just grab little notes and I make notes about a mountain off to the east and start filling in map.
Also, it's so cool that you found another,
Oh yes, and I will relay that information as well. That we found another person of Dayanara.
And the cult gets larger.
Yeah.
You can't stop us.
Fine.
Sneakers and Kool-Aid come next.
Yes. Flyers. I'll find Wall. Boy, are you
Have
getting
you heard
taller?
the news about the Evil Savior?
I'm standing straight from now.
Yeah.
I get exercise.
Good. And then I just recount.
He says, "Yes, I heard about this mountain to the east. I'm very interested. They call it God's Brow Peak. I want to go to there. there. Logan might have more information. Actually, he gave you a lot. I don't know if he has more than that, but my understanding is possibly an avatar of Elandra lives there. She might be able to help, and if it comes to the point where we can get rid of this witch who is protecting the village, it is possible that this avatar of Elandra can help us protect the village. I'm wondering if there is a way we can include that tree to go with it.
Of course, we should. We should explore every possibility that does not involve the lives of the villagers.
I agree.
And as always, we should tread carefully as this witch, if we might call her, seems to be a powerful spellcaster. If she's able to do what she does, if we somehow get her attention and become targets ourselves, that might not be a good thing for us.
I agree. So it sounds like we need to meet with everybody and find out where we need to go from here.
Yeah.
Which we take care of.
Yes. By the way, would you like some pie?
Oh yes, very good.
Fear, maybe. My goodness.
Wow.
I would be careful with those pies.
Is this cinnamon? Where did she get cinnamon?
I'm a herbalist. Also, I worship Hoppus, not Gond, so you're cool.
It's not magic pie.
Hey, I smelled the blue. What? I don't understand.
It's the rainbow.
Yes.
Was Larissa flirting with Wall? Was that flirting? That he's grown, or what's going on?
Was she breathing?
It is fact. What are you talking about?
It's a fact.
Intrigue.
Yeah. You're watching from the bedroom window.
Yeah. Hearing something.
Wait, what's that? To be continued.
Yeah.
So do we want to go to the wine cellar and try to all talk together?
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Is the wine cellar safe? Can we I can detect magic, maybe.
Oh, I can cast it as a ritual. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
But at some point we're going to have to check in with Elandria also.
Oh, right.
Oh. That.
I mean, I have been winging in.
7 days have passed, and there she's like,
Got another 5 pounds of mushrooms.
I've just been like telling Druinda about like the social lives of the llamas. It's
the voicemail messaging light on the rock has been beeping for a week.
Your inbox
By
is
now, she's
full.
like, I gave this rock to the wrong person.
You have
Look, I am
13
very
missed spells.
with.
I'm going to go down to the cellar and cast Detect Magic as a ritual.
Okay.
So that I can see
You
what's
don't
what.
find anything magical down there.
All right, cool. It's safe. Tuck away.
So I'm assuming everyone.
Are there any rats in the cellar? Because I viciously mocked them away.
You don't see any rats.
I go on a hunt for a bottle of wine.
Okay. Easily found.
Yes.
Dinar finds again.
Yes.
Yeah, there are quite a few cats in the inn, so rats aren't a problem. So.
I look at the cleric. You're going to pay for that, right?
Of course.
I can make you wine anytime you want, Quincy. Just ask.
But could you make this wine?
Not yet. Not yet.
Just has to learn the recipe.
I just pick up a cat and start petting it.
Meow.
and then it's someone's familiar.
Yeah. It's the witch's familiar.
Is there any creatures or anything, bugs or anything inside down in the cellar, or is it empty?
Just a cat.
Can check.
Just the cat
What's
that
that?
Bryn has.
We're all paranoid. Somebody worships Ganj, right?
We all do at some point.
I scare all the cats out.
The walls are totally listening to us right now.
I was petting. You know what? Fine.
Dude, the bottles look like they have eyes.
Wait, that's an actual eyeball in there.
Oh, wow.
Oh, that's very special vintage.
I'm not drinking that.
I'll put that one back.
That's like the worm in a tequila bottle, right?
Yes, yeah,
That's why
Eye
I
of
was going-
Newt. That's the Eye of Newt cellars. Very top-notch shit.
exactly. The eye of Newt.
Is this finger supposed to be in here?
No, that's accident.
300 gold a bottle.
And all of a sudden, we discover a murder. It's just a body part inside of her.
It's now a Scooby
Pick up one special bottle. Look at. Oh gosh. Oh, put that away. Don't let the children see that one.
Oh,
But, so yeah, we'll pour a bottle of wine, which I will happily pay for.
Not weeks of travel. It's far
Wow.
too
Many weeks. If
So
you-
going straight to mountain, likely not to save life of whoever is next, assuming they die.
Right.
Right.
The tree.
It's
The tree.
far.
But we won't be here, so none of us will get sacrificed. So we're good.
That seems short-sighted.
I
It's a
mean,
bit cold.
I prefer people not to die when I have an opportunity to do something about it, but to each their own.
Did they ever mention how far the tree is from the village due east?
No, but Logan did say it's significantly closer than the mountain, which is why he was hoping they'd go for it.
Yeah.
And it's in the fairy forest, he said.
so maybe the tree would be the first part of the new defenses. We get that set up first, and then we
Unless
see
it's been
about.
compromised.
Did you share? I never.
Recon. Sorry.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Oh, I told
Well,
I told Quincy.
Mhm.
But yeah, everybody, and I just tell them about my vision.
Mhm.
But leave out the part about Dayanara. Say I get visions from time to time.
I'll give you a knowing glance.
I never got from Logan actually how far that tree is, but maybe we should be ready for to, I don't know, in our preparation of spells to cure this tree somehow based on your vision, maybe.
Yeah.
Sounds like maybe
it is
brain
a tree.
specialty, not mine, for sure.
Mm.
I don't know nothing about healing no trees.
Nope.
Yeah. I don't think I do.
I mean, can't you cast Greater Restoration on a tree? Does anyone know Greater Restoration yet?
I think I know.
Too babyish.
Do I know restoration?
Or babies.
I've heard of restoration. I don't know if I know it. Give me a moment.
That's
I know lesser restoration.
Oh, I do too.
I can heal the person sitting under the tree, but I can't fix the tree.
I think lesser restoration, given enough time, and
Mhm.
yeah, I could probably
I can
discern
also-
some green leaves or something.
Do you
Did
locate plant?
Yeah.
But that's within
Did-
5 miles.
Did Malagar share anything about how close we are to the next sacrifice? Because I certainly didn't ask Logan, but
Yeah, I would tell everybody it's 2 weeks away, but no matter what we do, we wouldn't be able to save the next person. We're not powerful enough to go up against a witch.
No,
So I wouldn't even try. So
but maybe there's something we can do in the meantime that can postpone it, or
We might
Now
be able to
should we-
negotiate.
or renegotiate.
Yeah.
Should we
Or-
let?
Maybe a decoy?
I was going to say, or offer up one of us.
Yeah, it would certainly get us more information.
For the short
one of
time we
us?
live, yes.
Who wants to die? Anyone have any terminal diseases?
Like huge fan of these self-sacrifice at this moment.
Now, should we confide this information or what we found with the lady and Lord Mayor, or just go about our business and?
They haven't told us shit.
No.
I say we do our thing first and then figure it out later.
Yeah, we need to prove ourselves to these people that they can trust us.
And the
I
vice
don't
versa.
like
Explain to
lying.
them that we told everybody their
Well,
secrets.
perhaps
It's probably
we
not
can-
going to help.
Withholding certain information is in our best interest at this point.
Right. Maybe we can find.
Let's not tip our hand yet.
And I can tell you
That's
that
why I say we don't even deal with the witch yet. We just not tip our hand at this point.
everything I learned from the mayor. So whatever they know, we now know. Well, whatever we know, they already know,
Right.
That we know.
Well,
as we know it. You
They
know,
don't know we have the same amount of detail that Logan gave us.
Yeah,
They
we
don't
don't want to
need to
get
know that.
Logan in trouble.
right.
at this point,
And
they
yes.
don't need to know that.
Correct.
You didn't learn this information from Logan. Like, apparently, he's fine.
No, I learned it from you. You're right here. I don't. Logan is not. He's very small. He might be under. I don't.
Oh, fuck! I didn't detect halfling!
Yes. Well, we should perhaps find something to help the village that involves us going east and further our investigation in that direction.
Hmm.
So as to not arise suspicion.
Yes. Yes. I wonder if we can. Is there a way we can get to the tree and back into Beaks?
Well, it's significantly closer than.
Well, we don't know where it is yet, right? The tree?
Southeast.
But we don't know how far.
Yes.
Could be a
that is
day
right.
away as far as we know. Probably not, but you know the
Okay.
thing. We
I
need more
can
info.
go ask Logan again if he knows how far.
Hey, Lex.
If he knows, yes.
Yeah.
Any of the information I gathered, some of the rumors, while I was performing in the bar, talk about any monsters east?
Mm.
Let me see. See what I have here. Too many.
Because if so, we can use that as our reason to leave.
We know the demons are coming from the north. We know
Yeah.
the witch is in the south, but they don't know. We know that.
Right.
We could also pretend to head north and then go east. Say we're going demon hunting if we have no better ruse.
That is
Yeah,
true.
you didn't hear of anything specific to the east.
You could go demon hunting too.
Yeah, I'd like to kill a demon. Practice.
I will never say no to that.
Like we don't need to
Hey,
ruin
fuck the
demon
tree, let's
hunting.
go kill
We
some
could go to hunt demons.
We have to be smart about this too, though. We have to make sure that the village is protected when we leave. Well, I suppose it was protected before we got here. So.
Yeah, the witch isn't going to change anything
Yeah.
as long as we don't do anything to screw up their agreement.
Right.
Right.
Yeah. They'll just have to lose a person.
I would
don't
rather
like
not
this
be
idea.
here when this occurs. It's not. I can't account for myself if I see it
I
happen.
wonder who they're planning to send next.
I don't want to know. I can't know.
Have we found anyone shady? Anyone?
Anyone we
No.
could frame for murder?
No,
Other-
not yet.
Other than us?
I was gonna say, the six of us showed up.
Another reason why I don't want to be here, because one of us might get volunteered.
Yeah.
That
Yeah,
should
we
cover
are
them.
easy scapegoats, so it's much better than
Yeah.
someone they've known for years. We need to
Yep.
get the fuck out of here.
Give them they'll give them 6 of us, and they'll cover them for the next 3 years.
I would like our trip to take 2 weeks and 1 day.
No.
That's how long I would like it to take.
I do not like this plan.
But on the other hand, we're their only connection to the city at this point.
Yes, but they don't need
Although, I don't
they
know.
don't need 6 of us to get to the city. They need 1.
Right.
And there's only one in the village who even really truly talked about wanting to go to the city.
Mhm.
Well, I'll go visit. Well, next morning, I guess, if we are talking in the evening. Unless anything interesting is happening during nighttime.
I'll just send a message to the says.
Well,
you
you
guys-
still had
Villagers
reservations
made
about the plan.
Deal.
Are you guys done discussing at this point, or?
I think we are
Pretty
still
much.
discussing.
We're gonna try and just make our way east by way of north.
Okay, before we leave, I take out the sending stone.
Here we go. Count the words.
Let's go. The villagers made a deal with an evil witch, and they sacrifice one of their own every 6 months. Freaky! Wait, that was 20. I have 5 more words.
Oh god.
Like extra super freaky.
Super freaky.
Dude.
Thoughts?
Okay, so she replies. She says that's unfortunate. I don't see how that arrangement could help us here in Elandria. Please get more details and specifics on exactly what's going on.
Yeah, I wish this damn stone had more than 25 friggin' words. It's
So,
Elandria is farther than 50 miles, right?
Farther than 50 miles. You know what? I worked out how far away it was when I figured out how long it would take you to get there.
Then you know, speak message
See if
up
I
to
can find
25
that.
words. Target beast travels for the duration of the spell. Because I have animal messenger as a ritual.
Ooh.
I just
8 hours to fly, so.
Well, you
Oh,
know,
that's
you
okay.
guys got here in a day by winged mounts. So
So if you have a flying,
yeah, if your animal messenger is as fast as those giant javes were, then it should be able to make it in a day.
what's the fastest bird that you can make?
just
Eagle?
any tiny beast. So,
Eagle?
A tiny one probably won't be that fast, I don't think.
yeah.
But I think that spell is based on of actual distance, not time.
Right.
It is. Covering about 50 miles per 24 hours. For a flying messenger.
Oh, so it's not limited to 50 miles. It's just how long it takes it to get there, right?
Yeah, I read it wrong the first time, but
Well, I mean,
50 miles a day.
The stone you can use every day, so that'd probably
yeah,
be quicker.
it might be
anyway.
that it. The animal messenger is probably
It'll be later than your next message.
moot at this point.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then she'll start getting them all out of order, like when you send
Yeah.
out the message on the phone, and then
Yes.
it's really confusing.
Mhm.
That sounds like it's right up your alley. Comedy of errors.
Yep.
And I think those,
I do my best.
I think those are on the Manticore finger food table on this.
Oh. Just a light stack.
There you go. Yeah, there's always those manicores, man. They love you guys. Sure.
I can take on a bet.
They're waiting for us to come.
Yeah, they're waiting.
You're like, when those bastards come through here again, we're gonna be ready.
So, Larissa, are you going
We're
to
all
tell your
going to tell them
boyfriend?
this time because one of us don't work.
You going to chat up Logan?
Yeah. Yes, I will. I will go the next morning, of course. Fresh.
All right. Well, we've got like 5 minutes left, so if you guys have anything else you want to discuss, we can. Otherwise, we'll pick up with you going to see Logan next week. I don't think we'll have time for that.
What are you gonna say to Logan? What are you gonna ask him?
Well, I'm gonna ask him how far the tree is, and perhaps he can be our alibi for why we go east, rather than deviate by going north. He can request for us to go east first, whatever, and we can go for him.
Well, you guys know there's
And then we get back and Logan's the one who sacrificed.
there's
Yeah.
a cleared area
what I'm
around
afraid of.
the village, and other than that, it's forest. So once you get into the woods, they don't know where you go.
Oh, okay. So we
Yeah.
don't need an alibi.
Just
Yeah,
be
I
like,
mean,
we're
we're
gonna
gonna-
go hunt some demons.
Yeah, well, just in case, because if we don't have to go north and get to the trees and then go circumvent, if we can just go straight and come back.
That makes sense.
We could also just say we're going out to explore the land and see what else is out there.
Mhm.
I don't think we need to care too much about an alibi.
Sure.
Also,
I am
are
worried.
we doing a whole lot of work to save ourselves like a 15-minute walk?
Right.
Hey, man, 15 minutes can save you 15% of
Oh man.
More on carriage insurance.
It's like those people that drive around the parking lot for an hour looking for like a front row spot. You know?
I hate those
Yeah,
people.
we
My
could
mother
already
is
been
one
in
of those
town.
people.
It's like you could have walked from the back like 5 times by
Right.
now.
The worst thing is that she always manages to find one near the front, and I'm like, you ungrateful soul. There was a perfect one right there, and you turned your nose up at it.
If there's any way we can accomplish something that would delay or halt this next person from being taken, that's Wall's intent.
Yeah, what if it is Logan?
I really don't think there is.
Sort of
Well,
an outsider, right?
honestly, the only thing that we could do is like go to see a witch and try to see what's going on. Like, we don't actually know she's evil.
Right.
We don't actually know that
Making
they're being
people.
sacrificed. They could be. there
She's
could be
been
a portal
described as
where
evil,
she's-
but yeah.
Maybe she has a portal that
Yeah.
can only be worked once every 6 months, and she sends them to like a nice place.
Why
going
on
to
earth would she
Narnia.
ask for that? To what that?
She needs like
I feel
a
like that's
helper, and she
naive.
teaches them
Well-
magic, and I'm just. It's also wrong to assume that they're bad.
Yeah, she knows that
I
if the people figured that she had a portal, then they would be there, like asking how they can make it work and keep harassing her, and it's annoying. So
This is D&D. It doesn't work that way.
You're getting the
Kill
What
it.
do you mean D&D? I don't understand. This is
I don't know.
We're playing D&D. We're not watching the Care Bears episode.
Like, I don't know which version of the dictionary you have, but which doesn't usually mean good.
Sometimes it just means magic woman. You should know as a woman, Larissa. What the fuck? Many women have been persecuted just for using magic. That's all I'm saying. That's all.
What, really? Is that
Or the fact that the person says, "Give me one of your people every 6 months" is kind of a giveaway.
To be my
They're not
helper.
nice.
Yeah.
To be my helper.
what happens to the last one? How many helpers does one need?
You
That's
figured
what I
it
was
out.
about ready to add.
okay, but
What?
even if she is evil, we might be able to like make some sort of negotiation with her.
Yeah,
I
these
don't-
people could be used for something we could replace.
Like Elandria has lots of folk we could sacrifice.
There's plenty of
But do we
game.
really? But do we really want to tip her hand right now? Though, is what I'm saying is we're not really high enough to even want to even try to deal with that.
What do you mean high enough? None of us follow Ganj.
I'm not like against Ganj.
I mean, nobody's against God.
Everybody has.
I mean, I've experimented with
one
other deities, but
At that point, the cat says, "I don't know about you guys, but I'm super high right now."
Oh my god, end scene.
Oh my
I don't know. I guess Malagar would have an issue with Ganj
Oh,
Why?
yeah.
worshipping the god of war. Someone being high and not being able to function properly in combat would kind of be a.
But wait, you drunk all the time, my friend.
But not when we fight. Only in the city is Malagar drunk.
You never fight in city? Just...
When we went and took care of the loggers, Malagar was sober as heck.
all right.
Good to have standards.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So we don't have a plan? Question
I
mark.
thought the plan was
We'll head out. We'll head out.
The plan was head
And
out.
go find the tree.
go find a tree.
Go hug a tree.
that sounds like the closest. What we can do the soonest. Yeah,
Okay. Assuming the
Okay.
tree is close, which is what we're finding out next week.
Let's say
so
to
we're hoping.
Quincy, your shovel will come in handy.
Shovel.
Maybe even your ruler.
And two
Stop
compasses,
thinking.
a ruler, and a shovel. I'm prepped for anything.
Oh, boy.
Sounds like
it's
it sounds like a sacrifice to me,
Yes, it does.
like
If
a
I could
warlock.
yeah. If I could say anything to Logan, I will just say to keep himself protected and ask him how far the tree is if he knows.
Okay.
We could take him with us if he's
When are we
really
going on our
attached.
second date?
What are you talking about? Attached me?
I'm just putting it out there. Or if he's valuable, whatever you call it.
Or maybe just because he's a nice guy.
Oh, yeah. We have trade agreements.
What do you mean exactly by agreement?
Or trade.
Oh,
Or trade?
so they.
Yeah, this is the first I'm hearing of this too. What trade agreement?
Oh, Logan asked us to help us bring things back to Elandria. Normal shit.
Including him.
No, I definitely told Malagar that she wooed the information out of him. That's definitely part of the tale that was told.
That's the best part.
Hilarious.
It had to be, yeah.
That's just good gossip.
All that description about spices, it had to be for something.
Yeah.
Wait a
15
minute.
years I made. That was 15 years quality.
Oh my. Larissa's getting a reputation she does not want.
It's a fabulous reputation and I love it.
That's how it happens in those small towns, man.
Yep.
You gotta be careful.
Yep.
We gotta get out of here. Larissa's too hot.
Yes!
Right? She's on the list.
Next I hear Lord Mayor is arranging an orgy.
Come on, come
You're one
on.
of our kinds, yeah.
Larissa main event.
So many jokes running through my head right
Yeah,
now.
Oh.
Yeah,
just
yeah,
wondering,
that's why I went quiet.
What happens when a tiefling and a halfling have a
Half teeth. Half teeth.
half tiefling?
Decaffeinated.
Does that happen? Can that happen?
Find out in next week's episode.
Are there gametes?
I think that would be 9 months. 9 months from now. So.
Like
Phoebe's
or like
through it right now.
My
Cross pollination.
yes.
Again with the flowers.
do
Cross the
wonder
stream.
Awesome.
All right.
Well, that was fun, guys.
Lex is gonna log off and he's gonna be like, "What the hell did I get myself into?"
There we go. It took an entire session to do downtime.
Yeah.
Wow.
No, we don't see the screen.
Right.
Halfling,
You know?
tiefling,
For
porn.
some reason, it keeps shutting down.
I've got my 8 minimized porn windows that I'll lose if I have to close them all.
Oh no.
Would that be under fantasy or interracial? I don't know. Maybe both.
Both.
Yeah.
Interracial fantasy.
You know how hard it is to find 3 girls on a green Corvette in the rain? I mean, it is not easy. It takes a while.
You don't have Google? All right. Well, everybody, I think that's going to be me done for the evening.
Yep.
Yep.
I got to go to
Thanks,
work.
everybody.
Thanks, guys. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, thank you so
Yeah.
much.
Yeah.
That was great. I'll
Bye.
see you all in a week.
Yeah. See you guys
Yes.
next week.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Take care.
Peace out. All right, and thanks to everyone watching. So I don't know if you caught that, but my streaming software has been crashing a lot tonight, so I don't know. We might have lost some bits, but it seems to be a conflict between the software and the antivirus I'm using. So I'll get that sorted for next week. So thanks for watching, and we will be back next week. Same bat channel, same bat time.